welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video we will be colouring from Mythographic Mythical Beasts by Weronika Kolinska. I did start this page on camera with you and I thought we would just continue on with this today. And it is this gorgeous page here. Now in part one I did start doing the background. I used my Darwin Inktense, sort of like these galaxy effect sections here, and I also used a black I think it was an Arteza black acrylic paint pen for some of the black sections, and then I have gone in with a beautiful handmade watercolor paint here. I cannot remember the name, but it is by Kaylee at Archie's Paints on Etsy, so I will link her shop in the description for you as well. But yeah, look at that. I think is it Castor? The colour might be Castor actually. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. So the background is done, and then as you can see I have based the planets here with alcohol markers. So I want to come in now with some Pablo pencils and add some shading onto these planets. So I just figured that we would just work on that a little bit more today, so I hope you don't mind. But yeah, how is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. What I'm going to do is just pop another mythographic book just under here to sort of give me a solid base to work on, because this is towards the end of the book. So I'm just going to use another mythographic just to help me. The background is a little bit different. It's actually a towel. I was doing a little bit of ironing earlier, but because I'm having some issues with my back, with my arthritis at the moment, I figured rather than pulling out the ironing board and whatnot, I just laid a towel down on the desk. But my cat, if I just show you, my cat, Link, he is here. He has made himself comfy on the towel and I just don't have the heart to move him. So he is going to be my colouring buddy for the video. So whilst he is snoozing peacefully, we will do some colouring together. Okay, so while Link is snoozing, we're just gonna work on shading some of these planets. So like I said, I've pulled out some of my Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils. I've got some here as well. And we'll just work on shading some of these planets together. So how is everyone? How are you guys all doing? Just trying to figure out which colours I want first. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well. How was your weekend? I'm recording this on Tuesday the 9th. Yeah, Tuesday the 9th of September. And I wanted to work on, let's get a darker colour. I wanted to work on this page for Spacetember. And I would really love to be able to start and finish a mythographic page in the same month. So that is what I would like to try and do with this page this month, and I think I'm doing pretty well. I'm liking how the page is turning out so far. I'm liking the progress. I do have quite a lot of pages pulled out for Spacetember to work on, but I also have quite a few whips pulled out as well, because I want to start the new year. I know we've still got a few months yet, but I do want to start the new year, you know, with quite a few less whips than what I have at the moment. and I'm trying to focus on some of my older whips as well and finally get those ticked off the list. I've got a few videos saved in my watch later list on YouTube on how to colour honeycomb. I've had my eye on the special effects books by Helen Elliston for years, but I don't have any as yet. So I thought I would have a look on YouTube and see what videos are available of people colouring honeycomb, just to try and help me, because I feel like when I've tried colouring it before it just looks quite flat, and I would really like to learn how to make it a bit more dimensional. I know that one of the videos I've saved is by Anne at Pretty Pages 71. So yeah, I will be looking at that video for some inspiration, and I'm sure I've got some others saved as well. Before I was colouring the planets, I did go onto Google just to see sort of what colours different planets are. So Pablo pencils are absolutely beautiful. I don't use them enough, but I find that I need to kind of find the right sort of paper for them to, you know, work to their full potential, if that makes sense. I think, you know, it's kind of it's the same thing with a lot of pencils, isn't it? How they work depends on the paper. But I wanted to give the Pablos a go on this paper, and I'm actually really liking how they're working. I don't feel like I've got to put much pressure really at all. You know, they're blending beautifully so far, which I love and I really appreciate, and that is a bonus, especially for my hands. So yeah, they're working really nicely on this paper. I think it's nice to be able to you know, show all of your supplies some love. I think when you've got, you know, quite a few different sets of pencils and whatnot, you just kind of want to find a paper that they really, you know, come to life on. And so far I think they're doing a really gorgeous job on this paper. I've tried them in quite a few books, and sometimes I just feel like I have to work a lot harder than what I'm prepared to on some paper. And when you have dexterity issues, that's not really what you want. You know, you want, if you're going to be working with pencils, you want it to kind of be quite easy and not have to put too much pressure or work on your hands. So I'm definitely going to make a little note, put it on a post-it note, and just say that, you know, the Pablos are working really well in here. just so that I remember for future pages. And just, you know, to remind myself that they perform well in these books. So, how was everybody's weekend? What did you all get up to? Ours was pretty quiet, to be honest. Caden went out with his friends on Saturday. They were watching trains and had a tour of an old steam engine and stuff. He had a really lovely time. He really enjoyed it. Emmy and I just sort of had a quiet one at home. I managed to get quite a lot of laundry done. I completed a few simpler pages the last few days. Some Disney colour by numbers, which was nice. And they go for my gorgeous friend Sophie from Sophie's Colouring Journey. They go for her hashtag SCJ Disney Through the Decades. And this month, the film that she has chosen is Peter Pan. So I've done 2 Tinkerbell pages, I think. One that was a buddy colour with Sophie from our project book, which is Disney Saison Coloriage Mystère. That is a project book with Sophie, and then the other one was in it was like Disney Mini Heroes Coloriage Magique. So yeah, I managed to get a few done for that, which I'm really happy about. Apologise for the background noise. I don't know if it's like a leaf blower or whatnot that somebody's got outside. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and film a video to spend a little bit of time with you guys working on this page again. It's taking a little bit of getting used to. Sort of coming back to doing some colouring chats on the channel. The other night, I think it was on last Friday, I did my first live stream in well over a year. So to those of you who joined me for the live stream and anyone who has watched it back, thank you so much. I was really nervous, and I ended up just kind of ranting and waffling and just going on about some things that I've been dealing with my son. And I didn't mean for it to become the kind of conversation that it did. And I don't want anyone in any way to think I was, you know, running my son into the ground or anything like that. But yeah, I ended up just kind of opening up about struggles that we've had. But if it's triggered or offended anybody, I really do apologise. I have considered taking the live stream down because, like I said, it wasn't the sort of conversation that I'd planned on having, or it wasn't a subject I'd really planned on discussing. It just kind of happened. But I think when you're sat amongst friends and you're kind of having a catch up after such a long time, it was almost just like the floodgates just kind of opened. Yeah, so it kind of ended up being what it was. Which, like I said, that wasn't my intention at all. I am really enjoying how these pencils are working on this paper. I think they're doing a beautiful job. I have one more part in my colouring book collection, completed pages to film, part 13, and then that series is done. And then I will come back to my rank and rate videos after that, I think. And then in October, I will be hosting the annual Halloween event where we focus on any artwork created by the gorgeous Carla Magana, whether that is some of her Patreon exclusive images, PDFs, colouring books, whatever it is. We will be focusing on her artwork for the month of October, which I always look forward to. I've got quite a few pages by her pulled out for this month as well, for Spacetember, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. But yeah, a lot of my pages these coming months now, right up until the end of the year, they will, include quite a lot of my older whips. So I'm looking forward to getting some of those done and crossed off the list. So after I've filmed this, I want to tidy up my bedroom a bit because it's looking a bit of a mess. You would think this was like the kids' bedroom more than mine. I think they've got more of their stuff in here than what I have, with the exception of my my colouring supplies and books. But, let's pull in a little bit of white. This is a Prismacolor white I've got pulled out because I've got my Mythographic Voyage page, which pulled out, that I'm working on with the lovely Emma from Emma Colours. I just want to a bit more of a highlight. Hi, buddy. bird. Cat's having a big stretch, bless him. Yeah, he's chilling out with me while Emmy's at school. He is very much all for Emmy. But he does love me as well. Of course he does. But yeah, I would definitely say Emmy is his human. So I think while she's at school, he's like, you'll do. You'll do. You'll fill the gap for a few hours. Oh my goodness. He's such a good boy, bless him. He's an absolute delight. So yeah, I just want to get tidied up and give the desk a clean and just, you know, get it organised a little bit better. Well, it's organised, but, you know, just sort of give everything a good wipe over and tidy up a little bit. Okay, that one's not looking too bad. I feel like I want to just blend this colour out a little bit. Okay, and then just back in a little bit with the white. Oops. Okay, I don't think that's looking too bad. So let's come up to this one. Should we do earth? Let's have a go with this one. Okay. So what are you guys working on at the moment? Are you colouring for space timber? Or are you just doing your own thing? Have you got whips to work on? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're all working on. I think I was really ambitious with my colouring plans for this month. But hopefully I can, you know, get a chunk of them done. see how we go. I do always bite off more than I can chew when it comes to my colouring plans, but I do the best that I can. I didn't really feel like colouring an awful lot yesterday. You know, just from being in so much pain and not being able to get on top of it, it's had quite an impact on my mental health at the moment. I've been feeling quite low and emotional, and just kind of feeling sorry for myself, I guess, like being completely honest. I know that there is, you know, millions of people out there a lot worse off than me, dealing with a lot worse. But I don't know, I just feel like because I cannot get a grip on my pain at the moment, it's taking its toll. So yeah, I've just been feeling really low. And that's okay. And I think, you know, so long as I listen to my body, and when I'm not able to do things, don't push myself, you know. But also at the same time, being on my own in the house with the kids, it's kind of like things have to get done, like, you know, regardless of how I'm feeling. You know, the laundry isn't going to do itself, the dishes aren't going to automatically clean. You know, I don't have a dishwasher or anything like that. I am the dishwasher, you know. So it's just kind of, it's hard, but you just plod along, don't you? But then, you know, days like today where I'm still in pain, still feeling really low, but at the same time I kind of felt motivated to do a video. I have got one in the editor at the moment, and that is part 12 of my colouring book collection. So that is editing at the moment. So that video will be up on the channel before this one. But yeah, I just felt motivated today to come on and get a video done. I think just trying to get ahead as well, so that I have got content for you guys. You know, I don't feel like I'm pushing myself, you know. I'm sat at the desk, I've got extra cushions behind my back to prop myself up and whatnot. And I've got a really handsome little colouring assistant just next to me, so yeah, it's all good. I know that I've said this quite a few times, but I'm really enjoying these pencils on this paper. Yeah, really enjoying them. don't know what that background noise is, but it kind of gets frustrating after a while. It stopped for a minute. Yeah, spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. Okay, let's just come in with a little bit of white. And just for sort of the middle bit here of the ocean on this globe. I'm really enjoying working on this page as well. I did chip away a little bit at my Mythographic Voyage page the other day, and I'm hoping I can get that one done this month as well. I would be so happy if I could. Okay, and then I've got a few greens here as well. So I'm just adding my darker pencil here, just on the edge. So if you guys have got children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, godchildren, and they've either started school recently or they've gone back to school, how are they getting on? Are they enjoying being back with their friends and their teachers? Or do they wish it was still summer holidays? Mine are actually really enjoying being at school. Caden has settled in beautifully to secondary school. I'm so proud of him. He's doing really, really well. He's been told that he is in top set for everything. So he's really enjoying it, and I said to him, "Oh, do you feel better now you're a bit more settled?" And makes you realise that starting secondary isn't all bad. And he was like, "Yeah, definitely." Because he was worrying himself to the point he was making himself poorly. He just wasn't sleeping. He wasn't doing great in the run up to going back to school, starting a new school and stuff. But he has taken to it like a duck to water. He really has. So I'm so proud of him. And Tegan is almost done with her childcare course, and she will have a work placement soon. She's going to go and have a look at the nursery tomorrow, so she's really excited about that. Emmy's enjoying being back at school and spending time with her friends and stuff. So yeah, they're all doing really well, which definitely puts my mind at ease as well. Just layering up these colours. Just trying to add a little bit more depth to it. I've been invited to go for coffee tomorrow morning with two of the mums who their kids used to go to the same school as Emmy, and they now go to the same secondary school as Kate, and they've all sort of started the same school together. So yeah, she's invited me down there for coffee tomorrow, so that'll be lovely. Like, sat with two of the ladies having a good old catch up and a chinwag, and it's lovely because she lives just down the road, and Caden and her son, they have walked to school together quite a few times since they've started their new secondary school, or high school as some of you may call it. So yeah, that'll be nice. I always get nervous and anxious when it comes to leaving the house, but I'm hoping it'll be okay because, like I said, it's literally just down the road. Okay, I'm just going to get a sip of my drink. Okay, and then I just want to see what it's going to look like in just a few places where I've sort of now shaded this planet and the one, let me zoom out. Yeah, where I've now shaded these two planets, I just want to come in on the galaxy areas and just add a few, white dots to go over the ones that are already here, and just see how that's going to look. Oh, sorry, Link. Sorry, buddy. I need to just reach over you a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I disturb you? I apologise. I apologise. Yeah, let's just add some of these white dots back in. I wasn't going to do this until the page was done, but I just want to see, what it will look like. Oh, this gel pen isn't working all that great, but yeah, I'll go around and do the whole page with these once everything is done, but I just wanted to kind of see, what it would look like. Yeah, I think that will look really lovely when it's done. Let's just do a little bit up here as well, shall we? Why not? Oops. It's things like this that I love when it comes to pages, just going in and adding like your little details, embellishments and stuff. I really enjoy that part of my colouring pages. I enjoy all of it, to be quite honest, but I think just putting those final touches, those final highlights and little details and things, I think it just really brings the page together. yeah, I think that is going to look so nice when it's all done. So it's just these two little spaces up here that I've done at the moment. Yeah, I do like that. I don't know whether to put highlights on these planets or not. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just, shall we try it on this one? There is some little guidelines. So if I just do it very thin like that, maybe? That was a bit wonky. Just trying to follow some of the lines that I've already been given. Yeah, I quite like that actually. Okay, let's do the same on this one. Oops. Just turn the page a smidge. That line there is a bit wonky, isn't it? But yeah, not happy with that line. I'll go back in and do that one in a minute. Yeah, I quite like that. I don't know, I just think it gives it just a little something. Yeah, I do like that. Now, on the if I just zoom out a smidge, whoops. Okay, so on the constellations here on the page and sort of across our bear or badger, whatever this is, I feel like I want to do the dots that join the constellations. I kind of want to do those gold, and I think that would just pick up really lovely from the honeycomb. I'm just not sure about the lines. Originally I was thinking of like a sparkly silver, but I don't know. I don't want to overwhelm the page with too much shine, and obviously I've got this beautiful Castor handmade watercolour from Kaylee in the background, but and then the question would also be what would I do with the big stars here? Do I just sort of leave those white, or maybe put a clear Jelly Roll Stardust on them? I'm not sure. Maybe it'll come to me once I've got more colour sort of on our badger here and the honeycomb and the bees. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions or ideas, please let me know in the comments. I would really love to just hear what you think, really. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just work on this one a bit more off camera. I don't know if you will see me colouring this in a third video, possibly not. And then we'll move on to something else. Maybe we will go to, what page was it I started on live stream the other day? I can't remember, but maybe I'll work on that one with you in the next sort of chit chat video for September. We'll see. I'm just going to sort of play it by ear. But yeah, I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you guys this morning, work on this page a little bit. But yeah, I'm really excited to get this one done, and also hopefully be successful in completing a few of my other mythographic whips this month. as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But thank you all so incredibly much for taking time out of your day to join me today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever it is you are up to. Take care, stay safe, my loves, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Bye.